Hey everyone, Crystal Grace here, and welcome to this pick a card reading, which is all about people's current thoughts of you today. We've got 3 piles to choose from. We've got Mistress of the Mysteries, we've got Full of Yourself, and pile number 3, we have Stay With That. Quick disclaimer while you're connecting with one of the piles. If a reading begins to trigger you in any way, shape, or form, please trust that I do not sit here to conjure negative energies or messages to ruin your day, evening, or night. Trust that sometimes you can cross paths with a tarot reader and just simply not connect with their energy, and that's absolutely normal and absolutely fine. So with that said, let's get into it. Let's find out, what are people's current thoughts of you today? Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So Mistress of Mystery. So I'm gonna pull the book. Mistress of Mysteries. No, I'm not going to pull the book. This definitely gives me strong like high priestess vibes, right? Some of you may love the number 13. You may hate the number 13. You might think Friday the 13th is the most unluckiest day of the year. But when we add 1 and 3, we get 4. So, number 4 is very, it's an autocratic number. It's a very structured, grounded number as well. It's all about security and stability. I also think about the 4 of Wands as well. So some of you could be trying to ground your home life or bring more of a happy home life into your existence. Hi, Luna. So take that as it resonates. So I definitely pick up like old soul vibes here. Obviously strong feminine energy as well is being seen here with the Venus symbols around her neck. You may wear really like funky hats, funky jewelry, funky necklaces. You could have like lightning bolt earrings. You could have like astrology earrings, so Saturn earrings, moon, sun earrings here. Roses could be your favorite flower. But yeah, I definitely vibe with this. Like the energy I'm vibing with here is like mystics, right? People who are working with magic, and you could even be working with flower magic, and I've never really heard of that before, but somebody obviously knows about it, and if you do, just drop it down in the comments. We would love to hear about that. But yeah, I feel like you're a lot wiser for your age than most people of your age is what I'm picking up. I feel like you've learned a lot, and you've experienced a lot, and from those experiences you've learned a lot, right? But I definitely get strong witchy vibes for this pile. You may have like starting to get grey streaks is what I'm hearing. Some wisdom strands are coming through. So that's what I've got. Let's jump straight into it. Gonna just jump straight into some tarot. We'll pull 5 cards. Show me what people's thoughts are of pile 1 today. We are taking reversals, so I have been told. All right, we've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Tower. We've got the 6 of Swords. We've got the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, we do have, what do we have there? 2 of Pentacles. So obviously strong Scorpio energy with the Tower coming out. We've got fire, air, and water. We also have earth. So all signs of sort of showing through here. Right. So 2 of Pentacles is the overall energy in regards to people's thoughts of you at this moment. I would have to say, like, it's a card that has a strong emphasis on somebody making a decision, somebody going through a thought process of weighing up their options, right? Weighing up their options because maybe there's a bit of an imbalance in your life. Okay, so you could be juggling more than 2 things at this time, right? There could be a lot on your plate. There could be a lot of suitors on your plate here. but take that as it resonates. So maybe what people's thoughts are of you at this time, there's sort of like mixed thoughts here. Like some of you are making some really big decisions in life. Currently they think of you as somebody who will always weigh up their options of pros and cons before taking action towards a major decision. I kind of feel with this Two of Pentacles, Pile 1, that people see you as somebody very structured, maybe like routine based, very rigid. So you're a person who's not just going to like leap into things without seeing what you're leaping into. You're not a fool. You're not, I don't know where this came. You're not a fuckwit. Okay. People have very high, a high regard for you and the decisions you make. They know you don't make decisions lightly. You don't just run around just doing whatever. You are actually very you're very like intelligent when it comes to making big almighty decisions, is what people are currently thinking about. Now that could be applied to your love life. If you are like dating multiple people, people would be thinking about how like maybe people you are romantically involved in is like you're not making any big decisions yet about taking action towards them. They might be thinking of you as somebody who's exploring other options, and that is why you have not declared your love to them or anything like that, is what I'm picking up. And then for others of you, people's thoughts of you today could be like you have a lot on your plate, like you're a busy motherfucker, like you're such a busy bee, but you've got it under control, right? There isn't much that you can't handle. Like if you look at this, if you look at the back of this card, like the ships are going on some almighty waves here and her feet are very much firm on the ground. Well, she's on the tippy toes. I don't know. I just kind of feel like it's very hard to tie you down. I think you have a lot going on here. At least this is the thoughts of people. Alrighty. So Page of Wands in regards to thoughts, right? There is somebody very much thinking about the strong chemistry and passion that they have of you, with you, or maybe they are wondering if you can feel the chemistry and the passion between the two of you. So somebody is very much up in your romantic energy here with this Page of Wands. And the reason why I feel like that is the imagery here is like this person's holding the wand and they're like, there is some form of admiration of this wand. So I feel like there is somebody thinking about you, admiring you. And I feel like there is somebody thinking about how lucky they are to actually have been asked out by you, or the fact that you took a chance on spending time with them. If you are completely single and you are not going out on any adventurous dates or, getting to know somebody romantically, this can simply just represent you. People's thoughts of you at this time is you're somebody who's very passionate about adventure, about trying new things, going out with different people. Like it's very hard to lock you down. I feel like a lot of you like to try new things, or at least this is what people's thoughts are of you. You don't like to keep things stale. Like if things get stale, you'll keep it moving, because the Page of Wands is a very energetic, high vibrational like vibe or energy. Okay. And I think you're very creative as well. And I think these are thoughts of people around you at the moment. I think you like to take a chance, right, on fun things, and that's what people you might actually find people struggle to know how to approach you or ask you out, because they probably scared, Pile 1, that whatever they suggest you're going to think it's boring or you've already done it before. So I think people just sort of go back into their shell and think there's really not much like Pile 1 has actually not done. So people might get very nervous around you. You may not realize that. I also feel like a lot of people need to clear their throat when you're talking to them, so you don't see, especially people who are into you, but you don't know that they're into you, so you just talk to them very normal. So when you come across those people and they're constantly clearing their throat as they're trying to talk to you and they might sound sick, it's actually because they are into you and they feel very nervous. Okay, somebody needs to hear that. So then we've got this Tower moment, right? So this is definitely telling me like some unexpected events have recently happened to you guys, some kind of unforeseen change, right? It could be in your love life, it could be in your work life, could be in any part of your life, right? But people, what they're thinking about is something that has unexpectedly happened to you. But what I love about seeing the Six of Swords right after this Tower is like, what they think about is there's nothing that you can't handle. Like you are more than happy to, not more than happy to, you handle very unexpected events very well and very easy. And I kind of feel like with the 10 of Swords there and the 10 of Cups, like combining all of these cards, these 4 cards together is the main message I feel here, is that people's thoughts of you is like really fucked up stuff happens to you, but you always find a way to like move away from situations that do not serve your highest good. Like you remove yourself from drama. Like when drama like rocks up at your door, you sail away pretty peacefully, pretty quietly. I think what people think about you at this point in time is if people bring, you know, problems to you that have got nothing to do with you, you find a way to like diffuse the situation. You don't allow like toxic like experiences or situations to, I don't know, maybe block your happiness here or like bring something else to a complete end. I don't know. I kind of think with the 6 of Swords and the 10 of Swords there, like people's thoughts of you is like you're more than happy to move away from, you're more than happy to endure a painful ending if it means it's going to have peace on the other side. So people might think of you as somebody that isn't afraid to end things that are affecting your happiness with the 10 of Cups there. You're not afraid to end situations or friendships or romantic connections when something seriously tragic, like when something tragically has unfolded in the connection or the relationship. So maybe what people's thoughts of you at this time, pile 1, is that you are a person who's endured a lot of like trials and tribulations, and you are a person who's had to walk away from situations that were very heartbreaking, very depressing. You've had to walk away from very difficult cycles. So maybe people's thoughts of you are coming around from through gossip, like people like finding out about certain things that you've endured. And this could simply be like a partner or an ex has, been sharing knowledge about you. Okay, so there is this sense of betrayal. So people's thoughts of you could have something to do with you being betrayed by a partner, like somebody putting you in a situation that was like a Tower moment, right? And you're currently trying to deal with that. Right? You've kind of, some of you could be fighting for your happiness. At least this is what some people could be thinking about you at this time. So take that as it resonates. But yeah, that 10 of Swords definitely indicates to me that some of you could have come out of a breakup, right? Something has ended very painfully and people are thinking about that ending for you. I do believe I'm not picking up like ill-intended energy for this pile. So people's thoughts of you are coming from a very caring place. You are in people's thoughts for the right reasons for this pile is what I feel. Other ways, I guess, like that 6 of Swords can be looked at is like somebody kind of coming back to that Page of Wands. I do believe there is somebody in your romantic energy. I do believe they want to journey towards a stable and secure partnership with you with this 6 of Swords. And I think maybe what their thoughts are of you, right, is waiting for you to be ready for a new start, like you moving on from a painful ending, right? There is somebody here who wants you to choose them, is what I feel. And then to close out your reading with this 10 of Cups, right, it is a card that talks about like, somebody thinking about offering you a very loving and fulfilling relationship, or at least thinking that that's the kind of relationship they would have with you because of who you are, what you bring to the table. It's a very strong marriage card or a high level commitment card, right? It's a card that talks about happy family and desiring a happy ending. So after this 10 of Swords, like maybe what somebody's thinking is like once you've dealt with this 10 of Swords, like they will really be able to take action towards towards you. Like if you are healing from something, you are in, like, people's thoughts of you is, well, maybe once I get the green light, I know I can take action to pile 1 and, you know, give it my all. I definitely feel for this pile, you have somebody who's very interested in like taking things to the next level, but maybe they don't think you're ready yet, because the 10 of Swords is a very hectic experience, like complimented here. It's not complimented, bad choice of words. Confirmed here with the Tower. That's a very serious experience. Like that's a fucked up one, if you will. So that is what I've got for you guys. Let me know if that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So let's find out what people's current thoughts of you are today. Timeless reading whenever you cross paths with it. So we do have this card full of yourself. We have this snake very much wrapped around this individual. Some of you might like to have hairy armpits, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever floats your boat. Interesting enough, this snake is very peculiar. Like we've got eyes all over it, like nearly even looks like a face here, right? So I actually have a funny feeling that people's thoughts of you right now, like maybe some of you could be dealing with a lot of snakes, a lot of eyes are on you, and it could be for the wrong reasons, right? You could be getting a lot of attention, a lot of evil eye because you do look very attractive, right? You could be stepping into a very like siren kind of energy. So the thing about sirens, it's very hard for people to like not be drawn to a siren. So I don't know if sirens is more affiliated with feminine energy. I'm no guru in the siren world, but you know, think about when we hear an ambulance siren, police siren, whatever, everyone's attention is drawn to it. And I feel like for a lot of you, that's what happens to you at the moment. Like people's thoughts of you at the moment, you are heavily in people's thoughts. There is this sort of like siren going off. So I don't feel like it's a red alert siren. I think you guys have had this massive glow up, and I actually think you may have a lot of people around you who have been envious. Like I think maybe life's working out really well for you, or at least that is how it looks. So you definitely have a lot of people's attention on you. What are you doing, you little cheeky girl? But maybe some of you don't give a fuck. Like maybe you're fully aware. You have people trying to like get up in your business. You have people trying to find out as much information. There could be a lot of spying on you at this time. Like people really want to know what, like maybe they think you're hiding something. But when I, like in Australian terms, when somebody goes, oh, you're so full of yourself, right? That's a saying here. Like, oh, you're so full of yourself means like you're stuck up, you're kind of pretentious. So you guys could have had some kind of level up there. Like you know your worth, you know what you bring to the table. And naturally, the easiest way for people to accept your rejection when you level up is saying like, oh, you're full of yourself. Like you think you're better than me, right? Well, it's not that you think that you're better than them. It's the fact that you've leveled up and you don't want to maybe involve, like be involved in low vibrational energies, right? Doing the same old shit, never getting anywhere. Like you can't expect to bring big changes, big positive changes in your life if you're still waking up doing the same bad habits, right? You just can't. A shift has to change. So when people have some people have a tendency when they see their loved ones moving on and they're still left behind doing the same old thing, life hasn't changed, they can get into this sort of low vibrational way of thinking and like just make out as if it's you're the problem, when in fact that they're the problem. They need to like get a mirror and have a hard look at themselves. So I feel like you would already know this, right? So let's get into it. If that resonates, awesome. If it doesn't, maybe not your pile, maybe not the right reader for you. So what are people's current thoughts of pile number 2? 3 of Swords. The Star. See? All eyes on you. Like when you think about a star of the show, like Three of Pentacles. This could be at work or school, in a church. That's a funny looking Three of Pentacles. We do have the Hierophant. This could be very much work related, but we do have the Lovers. Okay. All right. Lovers is the overall energies, people's thoughts. Yeah, I definitely think you have a lot of new love interests at this time. I think a lot of you have had some serious glow up and you're looking fabulous. I think your energy is on point. You've probably done a bit of healing as well. And when we do healing, we shine so bright like a fucking star, right? It's like the low vibrational people can see that you're doing really well and they want to come over and like burst your fucking bubble. So just be mindful, right? So the Lovers, so people's current thoughts of you could simply actually mean that people are thinking about a special union with you, right? I'm not here to blow smoke up your ass, but when you are looking the way you're looking, pile two, I feel like you do have a lot of eyes on you as a choice in love, or at least they want you to be a choice in love, or at least they want you to consider them as a choice in love, right? People are definitely thinking of you in a romantic sense with the Lovers coming out. If you are already involved with somebody, right, and their energy is sort of like, the main energy for your pile, then this is a person seeing that they have a special union with you and they want to level it up. We have double confirmation with that, with the Two of Cups and the Hierophant, right? And even the Three of Pentacles is a marriage card, and there's fucking nun and two altar girls there. What are they doing, actually? They must be in school because that's a blackboard. It's very cool, different. Anyway, obviously we could be looking at same-sex relationships here, but not necessarily. So the Hierophant talks about courtship, higher level commitment, marriage, right? Very traditional and conservative relationships. So I can't help to think with the Two of Cups showing up, like people's thoughts of you are definitely romantic for this pile. And the reason maybe why there is like snake energy around you, all eyes are on you, is because everyone wants you and nobody wants them, okay, is sort of the vibe, especially if you're in like an environment where there's lots of people. You could be in an environment where there's lots of the kind of people that you're into, but isn't a lot of people of like your gender, right? Or however you identify yourself. But I feel pretty confident in saying like people's thoughts of you is that they now see you as a new love interest. I actually wouldn't be surprised if you have people returning from your past. Like if you're doing really well and kicking goals, pile two, I think a lot of people are probably kicking themselves that they did not take action towards you when they had a chance. And you're going to see a lot of snakes coming out of the wood, like the grass or the woodworks, right? And that's where I think that snake energy is coming from. So people who didn't see your worth or your value, a year ago, yesterday, 7 years ago, 25 years ago, they're going to see it now. And the thing about those people, they had their chance. They shot their shot, and you shot your shot with them. They declined. That's cool. They don't get another chance. You don't give people second chances when they had a chance of being in a relationship with you. I'm very cutthroat like that, and I don't really care what anyone thinks about it, because I think, well, if you didn't love me back then, like, why would I let you love me now? Like, you had your chance. See you bye. I'm a massive advocate that there is like billions of soulmates on this planet. If they show up for you and they show up the right way, they're the people who deserve your time and energy, not the motherfuckers from your past who had the opportunity to have something solid with you, yet they fucked you around, whatever. Okay. Ooh. Anyway, Three of Swords gives me the impression that that message is definitely going to like hit home for a lot of you. Okay, because on the basis of that strong message coming through, it definitely tells me like what they're thinking about is like they've a missed opportunity, right? They could have had this like special union with you because you're such a special person, but they broke your heart here, right? You have definitely gone through a lot of heartbreak, I would say. Because you've probably worn your heart on your sleeve. You probably shot your shot that many times with people who you thought were investing in you, but actually were not, right? I definitely feel like people are thinking about the disappointing situations that they've put you in. I believe that they're thinking about the breakups, the hurtful words that they've exchanged with you. And the joke's on them, pile one, because you are now shining with this star energy. I think some of you have hit some level of fame here with the star coming out. And that's what they're thinking about. Like, I shouldn't have inflicted pain and misery on pile number 2, because look where they are now. You've hit some kind of jackpot, some of you. And for some of you, it could be just a simple glow up. It could be simply like you could have had, you know, a bit of bad skin. It's now healed, right? You have this glow. It could be simply as gaining a few kilos or shedding a few kilos, right? Something has changed and it's your positive energy. And I think you've done a lot of work in the healing space, and it's showing. Like you've healed from things that maybe you didn't think you could heal from. I definitely think with the star card here, you've had a heavy emphasis on self-care and self-love. You know, and I think you've healed this 3 of Swords energy. I think your faith towards love and finding a very loving relationship, being surrounded by loving, nurturing people, has returned, right? And this could be the segue into the 3 of Pentacles. Maybe you joined a community or something to help you through that. I'm not sure, but a sisterhood for some of you, if you will, or brotherhood. Either way, the star here indicates people's thoughts of you at the moment is like they're hoping for an opportunity with you. They're wishing upon a star for you, for a return. I'm surprised the 6 of Cups didn't come out here. Or even like the 5 of Swords in reverse. I feel heavily like, I feel reconciliation heavily in this energy. Like I feel like people's thoughts of you right now is like, would they reconcile with me? Would they let me have another another shot, another chance? I think there's better options out there for you guys if that resonates, right? And if you are in this loving, committed relationship, maybe, or like moving towards one, maybe this 3 of Swords is indicating that this person, you know, is thinking about the heartbreak that you have endured, right? The painful conversations or the situations, you know, that have led to nothing but disappointment after disappointment in relationships. So I feel like, you know, this star energy is talking about, you know, once you've healed from things that, you know, from a relationship, then maybe they can take that somewhat like action towards you possibly. And the only reason why I think that is because the 2 of Cups and the Hierophant, like there's either one person or many people here because of the Lovers that want a romantic connection with you, or at least thinking about it, right? Because we sort of touched on the 3 of Pentacles, kind of. Well, I feel like their thoughts around that you and them would work really well together. Like you'd be able to build a solid partnership. I think you're a very, I think people think of you as somebody who's very hardworking. You always put in the work and you have a good job. You have a very steady employment. So you could be a high income earner, right? And people see you as an ideal soulmate because they won't have to provide for you. So I want you to be very mindful of that. Just because you are very independent, financially successful, whatever, is not the reason why somebody sees you as, that shouldn't be the reason why somebody sees you as the soulmate or the right fit for them. That's toxic as fuck, especially if you have more of a patriarchal, not patriarchal, but a traditional idea of relationships, right? And I feel that because the Hierophant is here, right? And that's about traditional and conservative values in relationships. It doesn't matter what gender you're into or anything like that. It literally comes down to working as a team, everything being equal, that sort of vibe. But the Two of Cups here definitely talks about people hoping that you're on the same page, or they think you're on the same page. So if you are dealing with anyone at this time romantically, they could be just thinking about how you both work well together, you communicate really well together. They feel like you're on the same page because there is this strong connection between the two of you. You could have been friends first, and now you're moving into lovers. They definitely think of you as somebody who's very compatible with them because you have common interests and values. It's like meeting the one for them. And then if you're not dealing with somebody specifically, then this is a lot of people up in this energy. And I think it's because you are some kind of star at the moment, like all eyes are on you. I think you've leveled up a great deal from your past. Like if you were to compare your past self to your now self, people are kind of kicking themselves is what I feel. All of a sudden you are the soulmate. You're the one that they've always wanted. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you get some real fucking weird messages from people that you think are like dead shits. And the thing about this pile too is that when people that you were in love with in your past return and you look at them and you've grown and you've evolved and you think, what the fuck did I see in them? Ew. And that's what I feel like will happen for you guys. So if you feel comfortable to come back and gloat about that on this video, please do, because I will get a laugh and I will support the childish behavior. I don't think it's childish. I think when you are pursuing somebody and you think you're on the same page, but they're just like, breadcrumbing you and we're never going to invest time and energy into you, then yeah, fuck them. Like, they don't deserve, you owe them nothing, right? So then we have this Hierophant energy to close out your reading. It's like, it's a card that talks about people thinking about courting you, like wanting a high level commitment with you. So you have people very much like, fuck yeah, I want pile 2. But I actually feel like it's for the wrong reason because of that snake energy. I think a lot of people want you because you've got a lot that they could obtain, like a benefit from, whether it's money, it's you being like a trophy wife, their status in society being uplifted because you are now associated with them. That's sort of the vibe I'm picking up here. But yeah, I do genuinely believe or feel that if you have just been pursuing somebody, I think a lot of you, and the energy is reciprocated, you're both vibing. I do feel like this person is very serious about moving things forward with you. At least that's what they think about. But I also feel like what is driving that a little bit is that a lot of other people want you to, and this person is fully aware of that. So this could be a workplace romance, or it could be something that's happening in like a gym or a school or something like that. But that is what I have for you. Let me know if that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we have stay with it. I'm getting, strong Rihanna vibes for this pile. So maybe some of you guys vibe with Rihanna's energy, her vibe, her music. But that song Stay is heavily coming through with the energy I'm picking up. But I'm also hearing like sticking with it, right? So when I think about stay with it, stay on track, stick to what you're doing is also what's coming through. Like keep the eye on the prize is some of you may be struggling with, or maybe you want to I don't know. Maybe you're really confused right now, because I'm starting to feel really confused. So you could be very confused about whether or not you should be pursuing a person, pursuing a career, pursuing some kind of path that you're just not quite sure of. But I feel like stay with it could be a side message for some of you from your angels, that you need to just stay with it and see what happens. Let it unfold naturally, right? I actually feel like your third eye could be very like blind to a situation, because you're not meant to know how it unfolds as well, because you're meant to just remain where you are at this point in time to see what happens, as opposed to like jumping the gun and ending something, or getting off the train too soon is what I'm hearing. Getting off the path too soon. Allow the path to unfold naturally, unfold in a very healthy manner. And it might seem very like difficult or very hard to fathom, or maybe you feel uncomfortable, or you don't feel stable or secure in whatever is going on at this time, but you're being asked to just remain where you are, because more light will come. And your intuition would tell you that, I feel, but you could be a bit confused, a bit, I don't know, there's like delayed, I don't know, like a delayed frequency or something. Like I feel like I'm in between two worlds or two minds. I feel like I don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha. I don't know. 1 minute I feel like, yeah, I'm going for it. Next minute I'm like, get out. So this could have something to do with a person. You know, when you meet somebody and like you think things are going well, but then they don't seem like they're going well, and you have no idea how they're feeling. So it could be like a fresh connection. It could be a fresh job too, because when you start a new job, it's like fish out of water. You know, experience, you're very much out of your comfort zone. You might not know or have any like prerequisite skills for the job. So you're not sure if it's right for you or not. So I feel a level of uncertainty, which is creating some form of confusion. But I think part of you know that you need to stay with it, right? Maybe it's a person. Like maybe it's a person. Let's see. If that resonates and you are in a state of confusion, then this is your pile. If it doesn't, then maybe, excuse me, check another pile or check another reader somewhere else. Show us what people's thoughts are of pile 3 today. We have 8 of Cups. Okay, Craig David. We've got the 4 of Swords. We have 7 of Swords. The Queen of Swords. And the 9 of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, yeah, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Just want to have a look here in the Queen. Okay. Okay, sorry guys, I was just messaging somebody. So you could be messaging somebody. People's thoughts of pile 3 today. Ace of Pentacles, right? I don't want to sit here and say it's about securing a connection with you, right? It could be. I think people's thoughts of you today could be like, are you trying to secure a connection? Are you potentially wanting more from something or somebody? Are you trying to work towards some kind of committed relationship? Maybe you're trying to work towards an opportunity for stability, financial stability, because the Pentacles has got to do with finances and career. But it could have romantic vibes as well here, and because obviously we've got some Cups cards showing up, I would have to say there is some emotional energy surrounding this pile as well. But there's sneakiness going on around this pile as well, and there is like 8 of Cups is a card that talks about walking away from a situation that does not serve us, and you know, maybe sitting in a state of contemplation, right? Thinking about a situation that you've walked away from, So maybe people's thoughts of you is that you walked away from them because they may have, like, because Four of Swords can be sort of like a ghosting card. It's not a ghosting card maliciously. It's more about somebody pulling their energy away to focus on themselves, maybe relax, rejuvenate, and not being very social, which can give the impression that they are doing sneaky things behind a person's back. Like maybe they're out exploring other options, or they're not being completely honest, but in fact that they are just trying to take better care of themselves. So for some of you, there is a thought that somebody is thinking about how maybe a relationship didn't work out, right? Because you were under the impression that they were doing something sneaky with this Seven of Swords energy. And with the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Cups gives me the impression people's thoughts of you is you're very cutthroat. Like if people aren't showing up for you, if people aren't, being the wish fulfillment that you deserve or you desire, it's like off with their head, right? You just be like, if you don't show up for me in a timely manner, if you don't like show me how you feel, like I'm not going to waste my time and energy in you. That's sort of a one kind of message coming through. But I don't want to just stick with that main energy. I do want to read these cards like I did with the other piles. So there is this Ace of Pentacles here, and that would have to indicate that people's thoughts of you have something to do with something you're working on or trying to commit to. Whether that's a relationship, for some of you, it's your financial wealth, right? It's your stability, it's your future. The Eight of Cups as a thought, it's talking about people thinking about how you've left certain relationships or situations behind because you needed a change, you needed a new start. It's also telling me that people are thinking about how you're not afraid to start again. You're not afraid of change. You're a person who will always up and leave a relationship that is not fulfilling you. You will move on. You will go on to find a bigger and better connection or a bigger and better job. Here with the Eight of Cups, like people think of you at this time as somebody that kind of once you've made your mind up, like if a situation is not for your highest good, you'll walk away from it. You have no issues walking away from things that don't serve you. I think with the Four of Swords, it sort of like gives me the impression that maybe people's thoughts of you is like when there's little communication from you, it's because you're taking action in a part of your life that is going to have a fairly big impact. So it could be career-based, right? I also feel like people's thoughts of you is you're really good at self-reflection because the Eight of Cups talks about somebody going on a journey of self-discovery, and moving into the Four of Swords there definitely tells me people are thinking about how you do self-reflect and that you do focus on self-love, self-worth here. And so you may be a person that is thought of as somebody that needs to be in a state of solitude, especially from friends, family, partners as well. You could be recovering from hardship here as well. At least this is what people are thinking about. Like if you've cut communication or you're not being very active or social on social media or going out to events and stuff, people could be thinking that you're trying to recover from some kind of hardship, right? Now, the Seven of Swords can indicate that people are thinking about deception that has taken place upon you, or something being hidden from you, right? It can also talk about people thinking that you avoid confrontation. You could avoid confrontation because you have trust issues. Somebody here is thinking about maybe their lack of communication with you could be creating some kind of negative perception of them, is what I feel. Somebody could be thinking that They could be thinking that their actions may be portrayed by you, that there's something going on behind the scenes when there isn't. And I think this person with the Queen of Swords here has healthy boundaries. Maybe you are involved romantically with a Queen of Swords. And the thing about a Queen of Swords individual, this person can be presented as very emotionally detached or distant, right? They're very direct, they're very honest, but they have very healthy boundaries. So they like their own freedom, like they like their alone time. They like to just go off and do their own thing. And that could be misperceived as like they're out doing deceptive things. Or is it you? Do people think like when you're alone trying to rejuvenate that you're actually out there doing deceptive things because they have trust issues as well? So flip it how it feels, right? Like people might think that you're hiding something when you go quiet. Like people's thoughts of you is when you're gone quiet, you're not messaging, you're not communicating. It's because you're off doing something deceptive, is what somebody's thinking about. Now, the Queen of Swords, so this could be like all individual thoughts of random people as well, is what I'm hearing. But Queen of Thoughts, it talks about, you being thought of as somebody who could be quite guarded, very emotionally detached or distant at this time. But you're honest, right? The Queen of Swords is not a bad energy to be thought of. But you could be thought of at this time as a bad communicator if you're in the state of Four of Swords. So you're not talking about how you're feeling maybe. Somebody thinks that you're not talking about how you're feeling. Maybe their thoughts of you is that you think that they're up to no good because you have trust issues. So you're pulling your energy back from them, is what somebody could be thinking. And it could be the fact with the Nine of Cups there is that they could be thinking that you see them as a wish fulfillment, or that they think of you as a wish fulfillment. But Nine of Cups talks about emotionally fulfilling relationship. Queen of Swords is never going to sit there and declare how much they want emotionally fulfilling relationship. You're just meant to know it. I know that seems very hard and ridiculous, but they're not going to be out in the streets playing, a love song from a boombox, declaring their love for Romeo or Juliet. That's not their thing. They show up, they spend time with you, then they go off and do their own thing. That's just who they are, right? They're not out in the streets trying to sleep with every creep or anything like that. I think for a lot of you, you could be involved with a Queen of Swords who comes across as emotionally distant. And I feel like they think that they've been honest and open enough for you to understand that they're looking for this emotionally fulfilling relationship with you, that they feel very satisfied spending time with you in the connection that you are building with them. That's only for those of you who are dealing with a Queen of Swords, right? Like if you're feeling content with somebody when you're in their energy, just because when they go away or you're separated and they're not blowing up your phone trying to infiltrate your life doesn't mean they're out doing something negative. So this person could be actually quite intuitive. They could be picking up on your energy. You could be pulling your energy away because you think they're pulling their energy away, but I don't think it's that. I think this person just has healthy boundaries. Or this is you. So I feel very confused and I hope this isn't putting anyone off. Nine of Cups is a wish granted, right? So somebody is seeing or thinking of you as being like the ideal person for them, like they've manifested you into reality. They feel very content in your energy. So yeah, I kind of feel like maybe you've been pursuing a connection with somebody for a while now, but you don't know where you stand because you're dealing with the Queen of Swords. And these individuals aren't going to declare their feelings. They just don't. They're very guarded. They're very, very rational as well. So, and they're very perceptive, which means that they can pick up on, they read your body language, they read your energy. This person might not believe they're intuitive. And the fact that I accidentally said the Queen of Cups, this person would not proclaim that they're intuitive, but they are. They don't know it, but they are. So their perception is always on point. So perception and intuition, they're kind of the same thing in my opinion, but they're not. Like, people would argue that they're very two different things. But when you're sitting there perceiving something and it turns out to be accurate, it's very similar to your intuition. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But this person's already like has discovered your feelings, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I need to get a little bit more for this pile because it is kind of confusing. We'll leave the Ace of... Show me more. Like, what are people's thoughts of pile 3? The Sun. One more. And the Death. So we have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I would definitely have to say... this must have something to do with like a very positive, fun relationship, but I feel like there's distance and absence. There might have to be a transformation that has to happen in this connection in order to ground it and secure it with that Queen of Pentacles, right? So somebody's thought of you, maybe it's just one person, right? They're in a state of contemplation. Maybe they think that you will walk away from them because they're not going to, like, I don't know, be the person you want. There could be some insecurities in this pile, but the Sun definitely talks about happiness. It's the happiness card, right? I don't know. I actually think somebody's thoughts of you is that they want to pursue a positive, fun, happy relationship with you. They know that when they're with you, it feels like it's fun, it's lighthearted. And that Death card there would indicate to me that their thought of you is that there must be a need for change in this connection. A transformation may need to unfold because it's some kind of stalemate. I do see the Hangman in my third eye. It's like a new phase needs to start here. And when I think about that Queen of Pentacles as the overall energy, like, something needs to change. If you've been longing for like this person to step up and like commit or say something like emotionally intelligent, I feel like that Queen of Pentacles is indicating that. Because this person thinks of you as somebody who's a very loyal partner, somebody who's very successful, very practical, right? This person could also be like a touch of Queen of Pentacles. So they could be like coming out of the Knight of Pentacles energy into the Queen as well, is what I'm hearing. So they could be very slow moving. Maybe this is you though. Let me know. I'm going to leave it there because I feel like I've totally fucked that reading for you guys. But let me know. Are you the Queen of Swords or are they the Queen of Swords? Like, what the fuck is going on here? And yeah, sending much love and light. Bye.